Hundreds of Kirkland teens arrived at Bastyr University for the 12th Biennial Kirkland Youth Summit. This all-day event gives Kirkland teens the opportunity to gather and discuss topics and issues of interest to them.
So this year for the Kirkland Youth Summit in 2018, we really wanted to focus on getting the perspective from all of the youth and students in our city of Kirkland here. So most of our sessions are centered around aspects of the city such as parks or transportation, and we also have some sessions on student rights. And we really wanted to be able to get an input from the students and have that shown throughout the city. Have sessions dealing with the topics of student safety, student rights, and transportation. And so they all follow the same sort of basic outline. The speakers speak for about the first half, and then we gather that input and have a discussion with all the attendees during the second half, and that's where we really think we're going to get our impact from.
To say the least, we do have spring break a lot of our schools next week, so that definitely turned our turnout a little bit lower than we wished, but actually for the better, I think, because we've been able to have smaller group discussions with a more intimate setting of people, which actually creates for a lot more work being done here. I think that so far in the first 2 sessions that I've seen, we've actually gotten a lot done. We've heard a lot of feedback from our Kirkland Youth Council members about how well their sessions are going, and it's really great because we are both part of our leadership team, but we've actually been able to facilitate these sessions so that we're not the ones running them, but we actually have younger members of our council that are going to be able to become leaders in our council, which is really great to see their voices being heard as well. So in general, I think that it's been a really successful event so far.
Teens attending the Youth Summit were very interested in the session about student rights.
I think it's really interesting, like how, specifically with the student rights, how like not a lot of students actually know their student rights, you know? Like one of the questions was like, if you get stopped, will you know that your rights are being violated? It's like, no, you wouldn't, because like, if someone like in a suit like asks you like, oh, can you give me this or like something, you would automatically do it because you're like, oh, this person is in a suit, so he's official. So like maybe I have to do it. So I feel like if we would inform students more on their actual rights, then we would be so much better.
Students' rights was really interesting because I learned a lot about students' rights.
Something interesting to me is that basically not all the students know the students' rights section, and basically before the Kirkland Youth Summit I did not know like all of them, and now I'm like more attentive to them and know all of them.
They also learned new things about transportation.
I really liked the transportation session because I didn't know there were so many like ways to travel around. Like I knew nothing about like all the different brands of buses and the light rail. I never knew about that. I thought that was only in like Japan.
I thought transportation was interesting because we are learning about new things, what's going on in our environment, and I'm surprised what they're going to do here in the future with something that's going on. I'm going to have to keep that secret till you guys find out yourselves.
The session on school safety increased awareness about the importance of a safe school.
I thought school safety was the most interesting because like school, you think about it as a place of learning, not like where you come to be safe. So when you hear people talk about how safe that they think school is, then it's really interesting because you don't think about it as much. So.
I like hearing about what they're planning on doing, especially with like, everything that's going on around us right now. I think it definitely helped with like, oh, this is what what the school is doing, the school district is doing about our safety. And I think it's really important, like an important topic to talk about.
At each of the sessions, students had the opportunity to make suggestions.
I made suggestions so that we reduce bullying like in schools, because most of the students make stress to schools because of somebody has bullied them, and so that will reduce the threats in schools.
Pick up after your dog and stuff, because that doesn't really help when you have all that around the park, and like some like age appropriate things that older kids can do, not just like playgrounds for younger kids, because you can always have something to entertain like older people.
I suggested that we have more assemblies on our rights because not everyone knows that they have a voice and that they can use it during school.
Students felt like their contributions would help the community.
I think it is a benefit to our community because as like kids, you don't really think you have a voice, and you do. And so I think it's really cool to see all these people that care so much about the community and come together, talk seriously about things that they want done in the community and how they can help.
If you don't speak out about things that you're concerned with, or speak out about things that are a problem in our community, how do you expect things to get better? Like, if you don't talk, who's gonna listen?
I like it because I felt like safe and I felt like my suggestions weren't going to be judged.
The summit has been held every 2 years since 1996. The curriculum is developed by members of the Kirkland Youth Council.
We do a lot of great things, such as events just like the summit here. We also host the Bluefish Festival in the beginning of the summer, where we bring bands and some food and have live music and celebrate the beginning of the summer. We also make a video every year called the We've Got Issues video. This year we're actually doing one on the humans of Kirkland, where we go around Kirkland and learn about all the different people that are living around here. And so on the council, we really just want to make an impact on everyone and be that link. We want people from the schools to be able to come talk to us about school issues that we can pass on and about city issues we can pass on. We do a lot of volunteering, and I think that everyone on our council really enjoys being a part of it. We're made up of a general membership and then a leadership team, and this year the leadership team has worked really hard to plan this summit, and we've been working really hard to plan all our other projects as well. And I think everyone is really proud of what we do.
I think in general, both Alex and I have had a great experience on the council. It is a selective process and there is an application. The way that you can be involved in Kirkland Youth Council is by applying in August and September. And if you are selected for an interview, you go into the next phase. And then finally, our leadership board will then choose who they would like to be on the council for the next year. We focus on having a lot of people from multiple schools, a lot of different demographics, just so we can create a student voice that is powerful and a united front of all the different people in Kirkland.
Apply for the Kirkland Youth Council and always be on the lookout for the summit. We love to have more participants.
Yeah, and thank you for listening.
To learn more about the Youth Council, go to www.kirklandwa.gov and search Youth Council.